isn't he, here, Ashraful? Look after somebody. Bobby Moons. Stevie Couple, wasn't he, before? Bobby. Over at Kerala. Jamshedpur. Keeping coach of Bangladesh. He'll be happy with the clean sheet. Forget about the yellow card. Keeper hasn't had to do anything. Apart from that one save from Sahal's stinger of a shot. Absolutely right. Scrutby, who's had more saving to do, and Fernandez has been wrestled to the ground, but nothing given from the referee. Out wide as well. Cross comes in. Given away here. Rahul making with a desperate lunge. And ball given eventually. See Bangladesh just allowing India that space. It doesn't matter. They've not been able to probe, not been able to find the opening in 84 minutes. Now Bangladesh is happy to sit back, enjoy the 1-0 scoreline. Done their job so far. This is also about the time where Oman opened India's defence up in Guwahati. That handball is just as well hit the arm there of Nadabur. There, Brandon Fernandez eventually finds Sahal. Rainier. Ten men behind the ball, all in the space of the 18-yard box, and all in the depth of about 8 to 10 feet, or 10 yards, sorry. With a bit of trickery, that would be a goal kick. Doing just enough there. Comes across, just enough. See how long's added on at the end. Certainly the wars start today. Towards that 90-minute mark that Bangladesh are eyeing, as Sunil Chhetri is up in arms once again, but cannot believe what the referee hasn't seen. Just asking him to calm down a little bit is Masood Tufele. That's a frustrated figure, does the captain of India. Now this would be a great angle. It is a push. Is it enough though? That's the question. At the end of a lot worse, but luckily for him the referee didn't spot too much of that in the first half, and now I think it's more of frustration that's creeping into India's play than anything else. From Bangladesh's standpoint, what about that for a scoreline? It's of course their third game. They hold on to their scoreline, but better still even add to it to get a counter-attacking opportunity. As India press and press for an equalizer, they will move up above India in Group E and level with Afghanistan in terms of points. In fact, they'll actually have an opportunity to move above Afghanistan. So into third year, as Ashik goes past 1 and 2. Sunil Chetri! Could have, should have, would have hit the target any other day. But maybe it's just taken a bit of a deflection. Is that a corner for India?
Is it one of those days, Anand? You ask yourself the question. When Sunil strikes towards goal, it normally goes towards the target.
Chance for India again, and finally, after 2,644 days of staying away from the Indian national team, he came back against Thailand, and Adil Khan provides the equaliser, and much needed hope for the Indian national team. In the city of joy, Adil Khan, the saviour for the Blue Tigers.
Not difficult, is it? All you do is you get in front of your man, you hit the ball. It's as simple as that. When you put the ball into a dangerous area, anything can happen. Adil Khan times that run and the header to perfection. The disappointment on the faces of the Bangladeshi players there for all to see. But the question is can India nick this right at the death? Because there has to be at least 4 minutes added on at the end of this game. 5 minutes. There has to be. Is that the hope? Is that the belief that they can actually go on and win this game?
Sunil's on the ball for Blue Tigers. Brandon looking for Sunil Chetri. He's on his own once again. Sunil Chetri straight into the hands of Ashraful. Suddenly the game finds some spark from the Blue Tigers' perspective, and suddenly Bangladesh are breathing heavy.
Just couldn't get the power on that Sunil, could he? Skips past 1, skips past 2. Just swung. But unfortunately, it was straight down the throats of Ashraful.
Given India's way as well. That'll be a throw-in. The crowd right behind India now. Heartbreak there for Bangladesh. They've still got to remember what they came here to do.
Minutes. Added time.
Even a point
5 minutes.
would have done nicely for Jamie Day's side. But now they've got to hold on to this for 5 more minutes as India come once again. 5 minutes added on.
That 5 minutes is going to seem like 45 to Bangladesh. It's going to seem like 2 to India.
And in all this, Yasin, who's been an absolute wall for them in their defence, has got to hold strong. He's got to communicate better with his defence and his goalkeeper. Another ball straight towards Sunil Chetri. Ashik, misdirected cross there. At the same time, India will have to be wary with what Bangladesh can offer on the other side. And Bangladesh will have to eye their chances like this. Still to play at the Salt Lake Stadium, which is absolutely buzzing in anticipation. He's got a bit of a worried expression on his face now. Looked very different about 2 minutes ago before Adil Khan produced the goods.
A good strong solid header from him. India a lifeline. They're just going to go to the corner here. Tell you what, Jubon played his part, didn't he? The man that came off, and Yasin for me is definitely in with a shout of the hero of the match. But it'll be interesting to see where it goes, because this game's not over. I'm telling you, with 3 minutes to go, anything could happen here. Anything really, really could happen.
And India come again at Bangladesh. Ashik with a headed layoff, looking for Sunil Chetri, who was the other side. desperate clearance from Bangladesh once again. Adil's header goes the other way. Could have been a handball. He's still appealing for it towards the assistant. Not given. Goes direct to Sunil Chetri. Nobody there towards Manveer Singh's side.
Just said about the wide men tucking in a little bit more.
She whips in across.
Oh, right. They're doing ever so well there. Just composed as you like, look.
Another header. Manveer Singh sails over the bar.
Just leaning back, wasn't he? Sunil doing ever so well, just causing a nuisance of himself. Just wouldn't sit down quickly enough for him.
That was the header that brought back hope for India. Header from a set piece. It was always going to be that way because Bangladesh just weren't providing the opening for India centrally.
But a substandard performance, I think it's fair to say, from India. We have to be completely straight. We've seen them play a lot better. Just haven't been right at the races today. You've got to just give a bit of praise to Jamie Day and his Bangladesh side because they've made it extremely difficult for themselves to be broken down.
Possibly one final throw of the dice piece here from India's point of view.
Yep, game's not over. That looked like a corner, to be fair.
Changte was looking for a free kick, then he was looking for a corner, asking for a last touch from a Bangladeshi defender. Eventually got neither. It's a goal kick.
How much longer will be added? He's got the whistle in his mouth. I think that he's going to blow bang on time, you know.
That is the final whistle from the referee. It's a result that does no good to both sides, really, as they look at this World Cup qualifying campaign. And even from an Asian Cup qualifying campaign from both their perspectives. But what about that from a dogged defensive performance from Bangladesh's standpoint? They came here looking for a point. They could have had three, and they came ever so close to getting it as well. Jamie Day's side can be mighty proud of that away from home, Mace. And Igor Stimatz's side will look back at a performance that really should have been much better than that.
We'll go straight in the bottom drawer. This performance, it really will. India are better than that. Bangladesh, what a team performance from them. The shape, everything. Sunil Chetri, you can see the disappointment etched on his face. He knows how big a result this is. He really, really knows. But it's disappointing for India. That much is for sure. Bangladesh, though, a good, solid performance from them. Yet again, that's two on the bounce. But they're not going to qualify from this. India are going to always be more likely. But the worrying thing for India is how do they break down those lines, those banks, because they will get that against the teams that come up next again. To go from playing the way they did against Qatar to being substandard tonight from what we expect is a little bit disappointing.
Second consecutive draw for India in this World Cup qualifying campaign. A first point though for Bangladesh in their World Cup qualifying campaign, and a point to savor really for the Bangla Tigers in front of a capacity crowd away from home. But here the Salt Lake Stadium in front of a sellout crowd in the City of Joy, in a place they call the Mecca of Indian football. It ends the Blue Tigers 1, the Bangla Tigers 1. Haduddin's goal in the 42nd minute led Bangladesh into a scoreline that read 1-0 going into halftime, with the Blue Tigers having it all to do. And when this crowd, this expectant crowd, this capacity crowd expected the Blue Tigers to come up with the goods, they tried and they probed and they They really should have produced a performance worthy of the spectacle that this crowd expected of them. But eventually, it was a set piece that produced the equaliser.
Yeah, quite disappointing, I think. They'll go back to the drawing board, look at what they could have done, what they should have done. But again, you've got to give a bit of praise to James.